Hey, it's Jason. I've been making YouTube videos now for about 7 years, and even though that is a long time, I'm still pretty much a one-man operation. As you can imagine, trying to script, film, and edit videos all by yourself every week isn't exactly a walk in the park, and I'm always on the lookout for tools and gear that could help make my production life a little bit easier. That's why I was super psyched when my friends over at Hohem reached out asking if they could sponsor a video of me checking out their new iSteady V3 AI tracking smartphone gimbal, as this particular gimbal is specifically designed to help solo creators like myself. And 1 week later, I have to say, this is one of the coolest and most useful gimbals I've ever experienced up to this point. There are so many things Hohem did with this device that makes it really smart and easy to use, especially for someone like me who doesn't have a cameraman to help get all the shots that I need. And before I jump into the video, Hohem actually sent me out 2 units of the iSteady V3, and I saved one to give away to one of you guys. All you have to do is subscribe to my newsletter. It's totally free, and there's a link in the description below. I literally just started this newsletter, so there's a very good chance of winning this thing if you sign up. Just something to keep in mind. Okay, the first place that I want to start is with design and form factor. The iSteady V3 is a very light and compact gimbal that has a clever folding design for easier transport. You just unfold it like so when you need to use it, and then quickly fold it back when you're done. Now, I've mentioned this before with gimbals, but I want to stress how important it is that the iSteady V3 is small and easy to carry around. In my experience, no matter how good a piece of filming gear is, if it's bulky and annoying to set up, the likelihood of you using it frequently is going to be very low. So I love how you can quickly and easily carry this around in a pocket or bag. Rather than avoiding it, you're actually going to want to have it with you every time you're doing a shoot. And this point is magnified like 100-fold when it comes to balancing a gimbal, which if you've ever worked with gimbals before, you know that it can be an extremely tedious and time-consuming thing, but Hohem really couldn't have made this any easier. All you have to do is put your phone into the attached spring-loaded mount like so, and then press and hold the power button, wait for it to turn on, and bam, in literally seconds, the phone is perfectly balanced on its own without you having to do virtually anything. It's the same with when you're done, just hold down that power button again, the gimbal will turn off, and you can take your phone off the mount like it's a walk in the park. Having this ability to immediately balance your phone eliminates like 98% of the friction that is often tied to using a gimbal, and this is perfect for solo shooters like myself who don't have a lot of time to set up, as I'm oftentimes run and gun shooting. And don't let this small package fool you into thinking that the form factor of the iSteady V3 has limitation. There's a lot that Hohem packed into this thing that you can't see off the bat. For example, there's an integrated telescoping selfie stick extension built into the gimbal itself, which exponentially increases the utility and range of the type of creative shots that you'll be able to shoot with this thing. In addition, there's also these built-in tripod legs on the base of the gimbal that you can pull out to mount the V3 onto a flat surface. Again, critical for when you're filming on your own and you need to shoot yourself. And it also has a 1/4-inch thread at the bottom as well, which again is super convenient. But when it comes to design, there are 2 things that truly makes the iSteady V3 unique. Number 1 is this attachment on the gimbal mount. This is the magnetic AI tracker that allows the gimbal to track your movements. It's by far one of the best features of the V3 that we'll talk about more in detail a little bit later, but I love how Hohem uses a physical piece of hardware to obtain this capability instead of relying on software or the paired device. It has a new lock design to ensure that it doesn't fall off during use, but it can still easily be removed by pressing the 2 clamps on the side, which allows you to get tracking in both directions. Plus, it also serves as a fill light that you can switch on by holding down the side scroll button here. It has 3 different color temperatures to choose from, and you can adjust the brightness to get the right look, perfect for when you're shooting at night or in low light environments. Now, the other design element that really makes the V3 stand out is the control panel. It looks pretty par for the course as far as gimbal controls are concerned, but check it out. It can actually be removed from the gimbal itself and operate as a wireless remote control. I don't think I've ever seen something like this before, but it's a genius design, and it really speaks to my point earlier on how useful this is for solo creators. It's super convenient to be able to have full control of the gimbal while you're in the frame. Now, as far as functionality goes, the iSteady V3 provides 3-axis stabilization when engaged to give you buttery smooth footage in multiple different shooting environments with Hohem's anti-shake stabilization. There's 4 different modes to choose from by pressing the M button on the control panel. The first one being pan follow mode that will move the phone left to right but lock the roll and tilt axis. This mode is great for vlogging as it will follow your movements from side to side while keeping you in the frame and not losing your horizon. The next mode is pan and tilt follow mode, which will allow the phone to move left and right and up and down, but will lock the roll motor. This mode is great for dynamic B-roll as it allows for smooth movement while keeping the horizon steady. The third mode is POV mode, where all the motors will be unlocked and the phone will move in all directions. This mode is good for creative shots like trying to mimic an FPV drone. And the last mode turns on all three icons at the same time, indicating that it's in lock mode where all three motors are locked. You can also engage this mode at any time by pressing and holding the trigger button on the handle, which is great, and this mode is perfect for helping you get those dolly or follow shots to really give you that cinematic look. You can also get some more advanced controls and features on the Hohem Joy app, such as zooming in and out by using the buttons here. You can also do things like time and hyperlapses really easily by using the app, in addition to some really cool looking effects that actually come out really well. And 1 week later, I was pleasantly surprised at how easy it was to use the V3 without getting confused. I can whip this thing out and start filming almost immediately without a lot of thinking or doing, which to me is a sign that the tool is doing its job really well. But the great thing about this device is that it goes so far above and beyond just being a gimbal, and that's because of its built-in AI tracker. As mentioned earlier, this component here, when engaged, allows the V3 to track your movements, basically acting like an AI cameraman. The tracking is smooth and accurate, and it's super easy to use. And what's great about this design is that it allows you to get this tracking capability without relying on a phone or apps compatibility or even the need for Bluetooth. And because it's detachable, you can easily have the unit facing the front or back to have this feature available at all times. And again, with solo creators in mind, Hohem implemented a ton of gesture controls to make our lives a lot easier. All you have to do is give the OK sign to engage the tracking capability. You'll see a green light indicator to let you know that tracking is engaged. If you want to turn the tracking off, all you have to do is lift up your hand. If you want to reframe yourself, all you have to do is give this frame gesture to pause the tracking, move to where you want to be, and then do the gesture again. You can do these thumb gestures to switch between portrait and landscape mode, which is super convenient. And once you're all framed up properly and ready to go, you can give this gesture here to start and stop recording. This AI tracking and gesture control really takes the utility of the V3 to another level. This is a total game changer for doing things like tutorial videos where you're moving around in the frame, or for leading online classes. You don't have to fumble around with any controls or contain yourself to a tiny area in the room anymore, and it makes a world of a difference. And despite its compact size, the iSteady V3 can provide up to 13 hours of battery life on a full charge, plenty to get through a heavy day of shooting, and can easily be recharged by using the USB Type-C port here. And overall, 1 week later, I'm kind of blown away at how useful the V3 has been, especially when you factor in the price. You can pick up the Hohem iSteady V3 for only $129 US right now. That is a very fair price given the competition out there, and this is one of the most value-packed smartphone gimbals I've tried up to this point. There are elements about this device that are incredibly useful for me in my workflow, and Hohem to me really put a lot of thought on making a tool that could genuinely help solo creators make content that used to require teams of people to accomplish. If you guys are interested in learning more about the Hohem iSteady V3 or any of Hohem's other great gimbals, check out the link in the description below. And don't forget to subscribe to my newsletter for your chance to win this brand new sealed V3 that I have in black. Link to that is also in the description. And let me know what you guys think about the Hohem iSteady V3 and how you think it stacks up to the competition out there. Curious to get your thoughts. Let me know what you guys are thinking in the comments down below. And in case you guys missed my latest reviews, check them out here. They're gonna help you be as informed as possible.